Marjorie Taylor Greene, United States congressperson, yells at a sheriff for exposing GOP bigotry. Here it is.
The people coming across are coming across to work. They're not coming as an invasion to import an army, to have a secret army embedded in the United States to attack America and attack American values. They're coming here to work. They're people of faith. A lot of them that I see are from Latin America, very family-oriented people, and they actually reduce price inflation. It is definitely a benefit, overall net benefit to our country. And I hate to say that, I hate to use the R word, but it's the 800-pound gorilla in the room, the racism word. There's a xenophobic aspect to this. There was never a proposal to build a wall on the northern border, on the Canadian border. There was never any intent to aggressively enforce Title 42 on the Canadian border. So, there is this kind of racist component to it that we kind of all ignore, but it's there smoldering in the background.
Immigration helps grow and strengthen the U.S. economy. I'll say that again. Immigration helps grow and strengthen the U.S. economy. Keep that graphic up, because sometimes I think we get lost in the conversation. And thank you, Sheriff David Hathaway, for bringing it back to the forefront. I did my postdoctoral at Azteca University in immigration law. And one of the dynamics agreed across the board was the revenue plus, the revenue add, the revenue value of immigration and economy. And that's why Republicans typically don't bring it up. So in the simplest terms, more people spending money on goods and services increases the U.S.'s gross domestic product. That's GDP. One of the most important measures of a country's economic health. In turn, the increased demand for food, for goods, for services, spurs the creation of new businesses, new jobs, new opportunity. One study found that immigrants account for 17% of the U.S. GDP, amounting to about $3.3 trillion. Immigrants pay nearly $525 billion annually in federal, state, and local taxes, a vital contribution to revenue. This number includes contributions from refugees and people seeking asylum, whose economic contributions significantly outweigh any support they receive from the government, if they receive any support from the government at all, and undocumented immigrants who pay nearly $50 billion in taxes annually, despite being ineligible to access most federal state-funded benefits. However, Marjorie Taylor Greene, lawmaker, would completely miss the point. Here it is.
You said certain policies smack of racism. For example, walls. I'd have you know, Sheriff, there are 77 major border walls around the world. 45 countries are planning and building more. Walls are not racist. Walls keep people safe.
Jordan, I'm gonna let you handle this. I've said enough.
I mean, they're still trying to push it, but the point that he made was really good.
It was.
Yeah, it's just,
and it was true.
Yeah, if it works and there's a problem and it's not racist, why isn't there one on the northern border? Where's the crowdfunding campaign to build a wall on the northern border? Yeah. If it keeps us safe, if they're flying in from all over the world, allegedly, to do this, wouldn't they see the efforts being, and walls work? Wouldn't they see the efforts being made at the southern border and just fly to Toronto? Come in through Buffalo? Come on, what are we doing? Like, who believes this? Who genuinely believes this? And unfortunately, a lot of Democrats have taken the right-wing framing to try to appeal moderate on immigration, or like, yeah, there should be bipartisan compromise. But it's always about the southern border. And again, if people are flying in to Latin and South America to come up through the southern border, why wouldn't they just go through Alberta? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. It's clearly racist. It's clearly targeted. It's discriminatory. And the solution is fixing an immigration system so the process works and that you treat, and also we have to acknowledge the US's role in destabilizing the global
right.
South, which has led to violence with which they are trying to flee.
And that's the part that no one wants to really get into the weeds about. We intentionally either destabilize these economic marketplaces to benefit from the cheap labor and affordability of products, goods, services produced, or we decide not to help them so that we still benefit from the cheap labor, the goods and the products produced.